Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Savage Traveling, coming to you from Da Nang, Thailand. It's been a couple weeks since I made a video, so I figured I'd try to get back into this again. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do when a lot of days we're just hanging out here trying to save money because I'm on a limited fixed income for the month. So, we try to take it easy, and not every day do I want to talk to the camera about the nothing we're doing. But today I figured we'd go walk down here to the lake, check out what's going on. A little smoky, somebody's burning something today. Guy's friend lives back there, and we go chill by those trees back there some mornings. She'd be drinking coffee, the old women play cards and gamble and lose their money to each other. It's kind of fun to watch. I don't understand a word what's going on. I don't know how to play the game, but it's still fun to break up the monotony, you know what I mean? Oh, there's some buffalo down there. Some carabao is the Thai word for buffalo. I don't know if you can see him straight ahead there. Cut my finger yesterday on a bottle of water. You know how clever that is. But no, I just want to talk to you about old white men in this up here in the Northland. You know what I mean? Yesterday was Loy Krathong Day, and we went into Khon Kaen to set our floats out on the big lake there and just like have some beers, get some dinner. And I've been running into this more and more lately. Old white men that are probably been living out here for a long time. Oh, more buffalo. But they give you the crappiest looks that you could ever imagine. And it happened yesterday from like 3 different old white men. Now I don't know their nationalities or where they're from. Probably not United States, so maybe that's part of it too. But out here at Big C, which Big C, if you don't know, is like it's a grocery store. It's like an abbreviated Walmart, basically. They have housewares and clothes, but it's not as big as a Walmart. And we go there to get the food because instead of buying the meat down here at the market, we go to Big C. At least we know it's kept cool. It's not set out in the sun all day. And I've never been sick from, eating food from Big C. But we go in there, and there's always an old white man. And they're just the grumbliest old bastards that you could ever meet, and I'm not trying to make friends with these people. I'm not even trying to acknowledge their existence. But more than once, they go out of their way just to they'll catch me as I'm like doing something, and they're just like, ugh. And I mean, maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. But then again, like last night at Loy Krathong, it happened a couple different times. And I've heard of this before. It's like a complex where they they're the only ones out here. They, you're like, it's like they take it as you're encroaching upon their like Asian dream or something like that, which is absurd because I'm clearly here legally. You know what I mean? It's not like, and maybe they're just jealous because I have a pretty girlfriend. I don't think that's it, but maybe it is. You know what I mean? I can't really say. But it's becoming an issue here lately. Not like an issue, but it happens about every time we go out, especially at Big C. And then last night it happened a couple different times where I just get the shittiest look from these people. And I don't speak to them. I don't even try to make eye contact with these people because I don't care. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to know you. And I'm getting the same vibe from them as well. But it's just, it's funny to me because like, I'm just out here enjoying myself. We're just taking it easy day by day, trying to make the money last to the end of the month. So here maybe in the spring, I go back home and go to work or whatever happens, you know what I mean? We're just trying to enjoy it so I don't have to be home or in the United States this winter. I don't really plan to stay here much longer than early spring because my visas will be up, and I don't want to play the whole border bounce game. I could rather come up with a better plan than that, and the plan requires more money, and I'm gonna have to go make some more money somewhere, and that's no big deal. But these old grumbly. Now, I'm lucky. I'm the only Caucasian man in this village, and it's nice. I don't need that. A lot of expats, expatriates from any country, they seem to hover around people from whatever that was over there. They seem to hover around people from their own country because, they want to talk, and that sounds like guns, but We ain't gonna worry about that. And I'm not one of those guys. I don't come over here to hang out with Americans or the English or Europeans or Australians or New Zealanders. Like I'd rather not, you know. I'm not saying that when it happens, I'm more than happy to talk and exchange information, share stories, experiences, whatever. It's, you know, it's usually good when that happens, and I welcome it when it does, but I'm not actively out here trying to find other, you know, non-Thai people to socialize with. I don't care, you know what I mean? It's not, I didn't fly 8,500 miles to hang out with somebody I could hang out in the United States. Just doesn't make sense to me, you know what I mean? Now, I always end up running into some Americans or some Europeans or some Australians or some British that I can have a great conversation, a great time with, drink some beers, whatever, you know, go, you know, depending on the situation, go and do some sightseeing, touring, whatever, you know. But it's happened. I don't know what it is, or maybe we've just been doing more things lately where we're going into the city more and we're shopping, and I just see some grumbly old white people, and they grumbly, like, and I don't know if their life probably sucks, who knows, I don't really care. Maybe they regret coming over here, but I don't understand why when they see me, that they have to give me a shitty look though. And maybe I'm overreading it, I don't know, but I don't know what's going on out here tonight. But it's happening quite a bit, and it's you know, and I could just ignore it and act like I don't notice it, but I do, and I just think it's funny. I don't know, you know, I don't know what and I wouldn't even realize it's happening except I've heard it from other people before. It's like, what is it? Is it the Marco Polo? So I heard it called something one time, like the Marco Polo effect, where, you know, you're out here and you think you're the only one. It's your little, you know, Asian dream world or whatever you want to call it. And then you see another white person and you're just like, how dare you be here? And I just don't understand the sentiment. I just, now I have seen other white people here in the village. I did see it, I don't know what, he was a European guy or English or something a while back. I went out to 7-Eleven in the morning, and you could tell he was fresh. Like, you know, his Thai lady or whatever was like explaining to him about the 7-Eleven or what, you know, like different products. You know, you could tell he was fresh. And then I actually ran into him down here at the market, and you know, didn't speak or anything, but you know, I didn't get that snarl that I've got from some of these other old codgers up here before, you know, because and I haven't seen him again since, so he might just be on holiday or whatever up here, you know, putting his feet in the, you know, testing the waters out and seeing if he wants to come up here, retire. I don't know the story at all. And then one other time I ran into a Caucasian man was the first night that we got up here to the village back in October, early October, whenever that was. There's a restaurant out here on the highway that has live band, and they have, you know, Thai food, and it's fun to do once or twice. We haven't really been back because once the music starts, you can't even talk to somebody sitting right next to you, and I'm like, I don't want to do this, you know what I mean? And it's kind of pricey. I mean, not really, but it's something I'm not trying to, you know, with my budget, we just don't do it very often. But I ran into an English guy there in the bathroom, and he's like, oh, are you English? And he was fresh, you know what I mean? He was fresh, and he got there the same night I did. We both got in there that night. And we talked briefly for a moment, and I've yet to see him again, but it wasn't like the old man snarl that I've been getting at Big C or last night in a Con Kin at the Loy Krathong celebration. And because I know there's a difference, like, you know, I know this is happening because I know when it's not happening, I guess. And it's just funny, man. I don't understand why these old men, but I mean, if you're in enough Facebook groups or forums, you will understand what I'm talking about. Or if you've been over here long enough, you'll understand what I'm talking about, because I don't know what it is about Thailand. I don't know if this happens in Vietnam. I'm sure it happens in all these Southeast Asian countries where these grumpy old white men come over here, and then they're just disgruntled the whole time. And you know, it's like they can't understand why things are done different here than in their home. And then you see it in like on the in the Facebook groups and forums and stuff, that, you know, they just can't, they're always like, whoa, I don't understand why they do it. It's like, well, you're not going to understand why they do. You weren't raised here. You don't, even if you've been here for 20 years, they still be like, arr, arr, arr. And I just think it's hilarious. It's just like, go home if you're not happy here. Why would you come here to the land of smiles and then grumble about how they do things, or seeing other people like encroach in your dream or what? I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm overanalyzing it. I probably am. But then again, I mean, this wasn't my first trip to Thailand or Southeast Asia. I've been coming over here for 6 or 7 years now, and I've seen it a bunch. And I just think it's hilarious because, man, I'm having the time of my life over here. Me and Guy have been having a great time. You know, we've just been, you know, she's a cheap Charlie, and like, so am I, and we get along well, not spending money. Like today, like we spent a little money last night. Okay, we took, we booked a hotel near there's 2 big lakes in Khon Kaen. The other big lake that's farther from us, we booked a little $10 a night hotel room, which is nice. It's like, it's just a hotel room. There's nothing special. You got TV, you got air, there's a shower, it's clean. $10. You know, we went to Loy Krathong. We had a cup with some beer in it. We walked around. We bought I'm gonna put a picture of us with our krathongs, and then just so you see what we were doing. And we lit the incense and the light. We shoved them out, and you make wishes for the next year or whatever, something like that. And then we went and ate, and it was great. And that's another thing. Last night, we went to the restaurant to eat. It was pizza. I had some, like, a ham pizza. It was amazing. But the restaurant was like an Australian dude's restaurant, and it was, it must be over there on their winter holiday. But the place was full of Australians, and we walk in, and the whole place goes quiet, and they stared at us until we went and sat down. And then not even the owner guy came up and said, didn't even look at us. It was wild. Like, I don't understand people that come to this country, because I'm not saying I wanted to speak to these people, but it was, she noticed it, I noticed it. She's like, they're looking down on us. I was like, I don't think they're looking down on us, but they're not being exactly friendly either, and I'm not, like I said, we didn't go there wanting to talk to the Aussies, you know what I mean? It was just, it's it's like everybody has their, like, I don't know, I think people come here and they want to be in their bubble, and then if you even show up anywhere near it, they're like, they have a problem with it, or I don't get it. I never will. I mean, granted, I'm only going to be here a couple more months, and then I'll probably go back to the States and get to work and try to figure out how to get back here full time. But it's a different breed of tourists that come to these places. It really is. I don't understand it. I guess I never will. I don't want to sound like I'm coming off, yak and bitching and complaining. I'm not, but it's perplexing. I don't understand people, and I never really want to, I guess, especially the people who pick this country or the Southeast Asian countries in general to travel. Not everybody that comes here is like this. Don't think I'm saying that. And another good example is guy has a friend in Pattaya. Her name is Not, and she's got this English man that pays for everything. He built her a house up, where are they at? A little farther north in here, the city between Nong Khai and here, the big city. I can't think of the name right now. But this dude was saying some, like, this was right when I first got here back in October, and it's like a superiority complex with this guy. He said some nasty things about these girls right in front of him, right? About, like, he used a word that Americans use for slaves. I'll say it like that, just so how are you gonna call them that, bro? It was insane. Like, right, he's talking to me, he's trying to talk to me about American politics, which I don't really, I don't get into. I don't get into with foreign people. I don't get into it with Americans. I go and do my voting when it's time, and that's it. Like, how I was raised, like my dad told me, is your vote is your vote. You don't tell anybody who you vote for. It's better than nowadays. People wear it on their shirts, and it's just kind of insane. But this guy wanted, he actively, like, the whole hour and a half or two that we were hanging around this table, like, he was talking to me about American politics. Like, dude, it doesn't even matter to you. You're British, bro. So I mean, that's the kind of people you got to deal with over here. It's a little hazy out tonight, but it is beautiful down here by the lake. Let me get a quick view here while I'm here talking about stuff. But just be prepared. If you're coming over here to stay, you're going to run into people who don't think you should be here. I'm not saying the British guy was that. That was a whole different kind of expat. He doesn't stay here. He just comes in and, you know, bees with his girlfriend, and then he leaves because he still works or whatever. But you're going to meet some interesting people over here. Even if you don't meet them, you're going to run across them and run past them, and you might get some weird ass looks from these guys. Because like that, it was definitely a German guy last night that we passed him once, and I'm like, that guy's German. Because me and Guy always call out, you know, foreigners, because you definitely don't see him here very often, and you do see him more in Con Kin. But like, you know, she's, you know, oh, that's a German. She's like, oh yeah, I bet that is a German guy, because she's been around the world a couple times. She knows more about the rest of the world than a lot of other Thai people do. So it's always fun just to pick each other's brain and try to guess the nationality. It's a fun game, you know what I mean? But on our pass through, we were walking back, and this dude just mean mugged the shit out of me. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even, like, we weren't talking to him. We weren't even talking about him. And when we saw him the first time, like, we were, you know, it was just like, oh yeah, German guy, you know, not like we were pointing at him and trying to make a scene or nothing. We just be like, oh, white guy, whatever. And, but I don't understand it, you know what I mean? I'll never understand the old, I think it's called the Marco Polo effect. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's go down here and check out these carabao for one real quick. I don't know. I do love it here. It gets pretty boring sometimes, you know. I'm gonna try to make more videos. We're going to Vietnam in like 2 weeks, and I'm definitely gonna video that. But here at the village, man, it's just not, I don't usually have a lot to talk about unless I'm actively doing something. So that's why the videos have stopped, because we're not doing anything. We just want to have enough money for Vietnam that, you know, we can eat well and drink well, and then now we're so trained on not spending money, it's like it kind of feels bad to spend money, because like we've, you know, like she knows my situation and I know hers, is we just don't have a lot of money right now. And that's another thing is why I'll probably go back home and work my ass off, because I have, you know, I have my rental, but it's just not enough for us to travel around Thailand like I was hoping. And I kind of knew it wasn't going to be, but you know, you never know till you try. And so maybe I go home in March and get to work and try to get some other things set up that I can make money, so that next time I come back, or, you know, I might be back before I can stay long term, obviously, but at some point in the future I can just come here and my visa, I don't have to worry about border bounces and visa crap like that. Because if I was going to stay here now for, you know, long term, it would be, okay, we got to do a visa run, this or that. Or, I mean, that's a big part of why we're just going to Vietnam. I mean, I could have just done a border bounce to Laos and then come right back here, but it's like, let's go to Vietnam for a couple weeks, get out of the village, do something new. She's never been to Vietnam, and you know, give it some rest on my passport, so it kind of looks like I'm not trying to live here, because I'm really not, you know what I mean? I'm not set up to, and it's just not time yet. Plus, like I said, I don't know if I'd want to, like, okay, I'm coming to the village, Danoi village, and I'm never going to leave again, because that sounds rough. Like, it's boring here, and I love being here, don't get me wrong, but you know, if I'm coming back here to stay, I want to be able to travel around Thailand and like actually enjoy all of Thailand, not just this one little place, you know what I mean? So anyways, guys, I think Guy and her grandma went down to the market to get mukata, you know, it's like the Thai barbecue with the pork, and I'll give you guys a glimpse of what we're doing here once I get back to the house and we get it cooked up. I'll do a little video and put the shot in over this so you guys can see. the glories of Mukata, because it's like one of my most favorite things you can do up here in the village. And it's, you know, for 300 baht we get 2 or 3 meals. I mean, definitely 2, but sometimes 3 meals out of it, and it's just barbecued pork, and it's so good. So okay guys, it's been a good spiel. I need to not, you know, obviously I'm probably looking into the old man thing way too much, but it's been happening more and more here lately. So I was like, well, let's talk about this. I'd love to hear any experiences, or just you telling me I'm crazy in the comments about it, because I don't think I am. Because it's happened ever since it's happened ever since I've been up here to the village, you know, when we go through the city and Khon Kaen and to the big sea. But I'm pretty sure this has happened to me in the past. But anyways guys, this is Zach with Savage Traveling. I am going to make a lot more videos because, well, my last YouTube check wasn't that bad and I haven't been posting at all. So I gotta get this going, because it could be a way that I could stay here if I wanted, but like I gotta make videos, you know what I mean? And sitting around not making videos doesn't pay the bills, and plus I'm just getting bored and I need something more to do. And all right guys, I'm gonna get off here. Thanks for watching. This is Zach with Savage Traveling. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be in Thailand for 2 more weeks, then we're going to Vietnam for close to a month, and then I'll be back here for 2 more months after that. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.